Hey, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we have a fun one that we're gonna do some Golgari Reanimator, but it's gonna look just a little bit different with some quirky parts. We went into the lab a little too hard on this one, but it should be a lot of fun. And let me say going into it, I know this deck will be weak to graveyard removal. That's kind of the thing that happens with Reanimator stuff. But besides that, let's take a look and see some of the fun stuff we're doing. So it starts with Molt Tender because, well, we need to fill the graveyard, and that's fine, right? Does what we need it to do. And we need some 1-mana things in here. We do have Witherbloom Bear, and this is important because this gives us more tokens we can sacrifice, and we'll see why here in a second. Bitter Triumph, so it lets us remove stuff and put things in the graveyard. Seed Ship Brood Tender, this does double duty, letting us mill things to the graveyard and return stuff, so that's good. But Essence Cauldron, right? All those tokens we get from Bitter Blossom can now just be siphoned away so we can turn them into bigger things, while also letting us get the life back that we would have lost to the Bitterbloom Bear. So it's kind of really cool. And then if we just end up with a bunch of tokens and some number of Essence Cauldrons or Cauldron of Essences, then when the board gets swept, our opponent just takes a lot of damage. Couple of Maelstrom Pulse. Honestly, I kind of want a third one. I just don't know where it fits yet. And then we have the Cloning of Shredder, so we'll be able to make copies of the big things that hopefully end up in our graveyard. One of those things being Vile Mutilator, because it's a demon, and it flies, and it tramples, and it makes our opponent sacrifice things. So we're getting extra value out of this entering the battlefield. Also, Vaultborn Tyrant. This is a really fun card, because whenever you use it with the Essence, or Cauldron of Essence, you can get rid of a Tyrant to get something back, but then you also get a token, which is super cool. And then you can just keep doing that, and have tons of Vaultborn Tyrants if you wanted to, which is great. Then we have Arden the Usurper, because obviously this lets us return anything, also turns it into a demon. And that works because we have Unholy Annex and Ritual Chamber. We know this card's good. You see it on pretty much any deck playing creatures in black these days. And then a couple copies of Valgavoth Terror Eater. Now, I do want to point out that Cloning of Shredder only works so well to make copies of things if we're copying the legends. So we're hoping to hit something like a Vile Mutilator or Vaultborn Tyrant. But if we don't, we don't. I think it's fine. If we really wanted to, we could probably cut a Cloning of Shredder and play an extra Maelstrom Pulse, which I think is probably the correct thing to do, since we already have other ways to achieve our goals. But actually, you know what? Let's just do that, so we have some extra removal. We'll see if that works out the way we want to or not. But anyway, before we get into the games, let me tell you about our friends over at Tales of Adventure, because if you shop over there, you get to save 5% on literally anything you buy. It doesn't matter if it's high-end, low-end, sealed packs, whatever. But you got to use my code DRAGON. It's DRAGN. It's that simple. You get cheap stuff, you get to support the channel. But all right, all that aside, let's go hop in and see if this weird version of Reanimator gets the job done. You know what? We'll keep it. I was debating if we should Underground Mortuary first. And then maybe, You know what? I think I am going to Molt Tender on one. And there's a chance they waste like Requiting Hex or something against it, which could clear the path for Bitterbloom Bear. But if not, I was kind of hoping go ahead, play Mortuary, then play Bear at their end step. Get at least one token, have something queued up for the Cauldron, but we'll see what happens. Okay. We could also just draw an untapped land when we need it, so we'll see. Now, speaking of, I'm not going to attack because we do want to start trying to get stuff in the graveyard. Mud Button Curse Tosser. All right, you got it. So we're playing against some goblins. But they have something to play, it seems like. Yeah, this sucks. I think our Bitterbloom Bear is going to eat it. Opponent. Action's on you, friend. Oh.
A few moments later.
Okay, well, we didn't get to play anything during our opponent's end step, which was unfortunate, because I'm not 100% sure what just happened. Arena did a weird thing where it booted me out of the game, but not out of the game, just out of the game, not out of the client, which was very weird. So then I had to close the client, log back in, and I guess we didn't miss anything other than the opponent just ending their turn. So I guess it's fine. We are half a turn behind, technically, because of what we would have wanted to do, but it's not the end of the world. Mill a card. All right. Didn't want to land anyway, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, really nothing to mill, so let's just... You know what, though? We could get rid of both Mud Button guys right now. I should have thought about that. Instead of just playing Bitterbloom Bearer and just save ourselves some life. Nah, let's pass. Let's let the opponent do what they're going to do. They're looking for red mana right now anyway. Yep, we take it. Nothing else? That seems suspicious. Well, now there's a Bitterbloom Bearer in the yard, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, well that's nice. We could have 2 Bitterbloom Bears. I don't know if that's good or bad. Probably bad. It does give us 6 mana, though. Alright, so let's get rid of both of the Curse Tossers. And all I have to get back is a Bitterbloom Bear, huh? We will tap for some green mana. I guess it doesn't matter what color. Should have attacked first, though. Yep. And then we will return a Bitterbloom Bear, sacrificing a token. Getting some life back against the Gobos, which is pretty nice. And another Bitterbloom Bear. Okay. Don't think we want more Bitterbloom Bears here, so I think I'm just going to copy a Molt Tender, which sucks in a way, but it's fine. Being able to fill the graveyard and look for the bigger things is probably worth it. Alright, you have a Curse Tosser. Oh, speaking of, Wishwits would have been in the graveyard. Yeah, get in there with some flyers, I guess. If I can find a Sea Chip guy, that would probably be fine, right? Not that, though. Not that. End the turn. You attack, we block. We lose some life. You kill a Bitterbloom Bear. We play another Bitterbloom Bear. Oh. Yeah, sure. Seems fine. Like, we're also draining them as they're gaining life, so, like, kind of a neutral situation. Oh, that's fun. Still nothing in the graveyard but Bitterbloom Bears, because we're good at drawing those and putting the giant creatures in our hand. Oh, we have 7 mana anyway. Let's just do this. Remove a land. Alright. Sacrifice a thing. I guess it's going to be one of these. Darn. Gotta sacrifice one of my bajillion tokens. Alright, I think we're in good shape here. Yeah, opponent got their red mana, but I don't think it matters at this point. Yeah. Especially as we're on the verge of just hard casting a Valgavoth, which is insane. But hey, we had the crazy blip from Arena and we still survived it. Sure, I guess. Attack, 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 attack. And then see what's in the yard. We can put there. Oh, guess I should have done that pre-combat. That would have been good, huh? Sure, we'll get Narden. Why not? The crazy thing about Cauldron of Essence is it doesn't add like a finality counter. So you can just keep getting things. Yeah, House Squad Heavy, sure. Yeah, that has to attack. Oh, actually, what's funny is I can just block and kill them. That's funny. Because I'm going to have a creature die. Yep, GG's. Alright. Let's keep it. Ankle biters. Okay. I might want double Cauldron, actually. Like, I thought about it. I was like, I really want another one, but I kind of do. Let's pass. Man, this Witherbloom Bear is going to do nothing, isn't it? Okay, that is worth getting rid of. Oh, opponent's just playing a bunch of Deathtouch stuff. Got it. Let's discard a card first. I don't know how much damage we can afford to give up just yet. I think I'm actually going to take some damage and play a Cauldron first. Then if they pay something else big, we can get Valgavoth in the yard, then we can figure stuff out from there. Alright, that was cute. We don't need that many Cauldrons, Zach. I get the point. Alright. We needed... Maybe I should have kept that other land. I think this is where it's going to be bad for us. And then they'll put the counters on something. Nope, they're just going to play a Preacher. Alright, fair enough. Alright, well... We're going to hope for the best, I guess. Concerning that they didn't use the Carsey Revenant counter, so I have to assume it's just removal, since they didn't play anything. Nope. It wasn't. Oh, there's a Vaultborn Tyrant. You are so good. Oh my gosh, can we survive? I think we can. Alright. If we can, Vaultborn Tyrant's going to be so clutch. Yep, Carsey Revenant. You got it. Discard a card. Alright. Vaultborn Tyrant's actually the perfect thing against all the Deathtouch stuff. Better than Valgavoth, actually. I'm going to take 2. Even though we would have gained some life back. Wanted to make sure... Actually, wait. Let's attack. Because you're not going to block with that, are you? I didn't think so. Alright. Just get the extra point because we can. Alright. Okay, now we feel a little safer. No! Really? The end? That's what we're playing? Alright, I guess I'll get me a Valgavoth instead. I don't even get credit for a creature dying. That's the worst part. Yeah, sure, I'll block one of the Knuckleheads. Since their hand's empty, I don't have to worry about having a creature on this turn. Alright. I'm not going to attack with that, obviously. Get a Valgavoth. Get rid of a token. Alright. I'll say, if you would like to attack, I would love to block. Gain 9 life. And then turn my 1/1 into a Valgavoth next turn. We can do this all day, my friend. All day. Bring it. We were formerly at like 5 life. Yeah, you can have those. I have one in my hand. I'll get to draw one. That's fine. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, no blocks. We get to use your own card, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think you're aware. That was like the ideal scenario you want this to work in, where we're just turning the 1/1s into bigger creatures. The only place that plan really failed is we didn't get our 4th land until whatever that was, like turn 8. And then we had these things stuck in our hand. So it didn't go perfectly, but that was a cool interaction of how we could just keep getting big creatures for those little fairies that we were making. Oh, can't keep that. Double bossing, say? Come on. All right. Play the tap so we can save some damage. We'll play a Brood Tender. It probably dies, but that's fine. No! Oh, that's the worst. Reanimator spell in both pulses? Oh, gosh. That's about as bad as a milled 3 could be right here. Discards 2 cards? Sure, I guess. I mean, I guess that works. And then go attacking. Gonna make us discard 2 more? Oh, of course. They have that to destroy our Cauldron. Alright. Oh, things happen. That's so funny. I can't remember the last time I've seen that card played against me, but it's super good right now. That's funny. This guy doesn't get exiled, right? It just sacrifices? Okay. I mean, we could loop them if we needed to try to fill the graveyard or something. Huh. Alright, we'll try. I mean, you got 5 mana open. I'm not delusional on this card surviving. It's obviously not. Yeah, exactly. We knew that going into it. Okay, I mean, I guess we get to attack here. That's something. Alright. We will turn on a swamp, I guess. And nothing? That seems suspicious. Who were we kidding? So we just like activate another land. I'm just gonna attack. I don't know what's going on. Doesn't feel great. Yeah, I figured something like that. I was just wondering if there was something more than what we could see. All right, opponent's at 10, and they want to hold on to the creature. They're not chump blocking. Huh. Very interesting. Oh, because they needed to have a demon. Okay, sure. That tracks. Interesting. I guess they figure they're going to keep it to have a demon anyway, so whatever. Which, if so, that's fair. Go attacking. I mean, it's kind of all we can do. I mean, the good news, if I find a Vaultborn Tyrant, I can cast it. Yep, now they have more demons. Oh, Essence Cauldron. I wish I had something better in the yard. I mean, I can get Bitterbloom Bear. I don't know if that's enough, though. Opponent's got 4 cards. What happens if we get a Bitterbloom Bear? Actually, what we need to get is Seed Ship Brood Tender, because that's probably the only chance we have to try to win. So let's attack first. No, because I want to keep another creature unblocked, or untapped, just in case. Okay, that's something. I don't know if it's enough to keep us alive. Opponent has a fistful of cards, a bunch of mana. We're going to lose 2 at the end of turn. All right. Oh, there's a Cauldron. Do we at least get to keep the Brood Tender? That's the new biggest part of the plan. I mean, we're still dead in 2 turns, right? Because we take 8 on this turn. Opponent's not attacking? Yeah, I was going to say, that'd be weird with 2 blockers and us just having ground creatures. Oh, that's fun, but too late, unfortunately. All right, pass a turn. I mean, there's no chance they don't have a removal, right? Or another room. Oh, there's Ugin? Are you serious? All right.
One step.
Sure.
Stratagem. My timeless wisdom guide the wise. Heed.
I mean, lose 3 or lose 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are 1 short of being able to do both. Golly, that sucks. Alright, well, I can't even really attack. That's brutal. Man, if we'd had an 8th land, we could have done some stuff. Yeah, we have to be dead, right? Okay, fair enough. GG's. Yeah, we didn't do much that game. I don't even know if this one's good enough, but we're going to try. So with the Molt Tender, it is not going to live. Fair enough. Totally okay with that. Okay, let's play us a Mortuary. Alright, yard with you. We've given up the secret. They now know we're going to be trying to reanimate things. Because there's no other reason for you to put an Arden in the graveyard, let me tell you. Okay, well. Good news is, I'm already just 1 mana away from hard casting some of this stuff, so I guess there's that. Bossing say? Sure. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I was thinking I could have played another land and waited, but this is alright. Doomsday Excruciator. Alright, well. You're 8, you're 7. I guess we'll just discard a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, sure. Oh, still 1 short, huh? Alright, fair enough. Then they just make us draw some cards and we lose? No, not even that. Okay. Well. I mean, I draw a card putting me closer to death, so there is that. Just destroy my Vaultborn Tyrant. And then I'll lose in 2 draw steps. Because they're at 18, I'm not going to kill them. Alright, that works. I don't draw for it, so that's cool, I guess. Alright, so I have 2 cards left. I don't think there's a way we're going to do enough damage, but we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we can attempt this, which likely won't work. Sure, which will get black mana from this. Use that to play Witherbloom Bear and a Molt Tinder. Alright, Verdict Core. I mean, those have to be removal spells. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, what else were they going to be? So I get one more draw step. Alright, take damage. Play Arden. Nothing to get. I don't have nearly enough. We'll have 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not going to do it. Yep, Ritual Chamber. I don't have a magic way to draw and discard this turn, so even if that was a guy that mattered, which it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, no, no, no. I just realized I messed up. No, it wouldn't have been enough to win anyway. I was thinking I could have sacrificed a Witherbloom Bear and got it back with Arden, but it doesn't even matter. Yeah, doesn't matter. We're still dead. Alright, GG's. Not sure how far into the video this is going to be, but what I'm realizing, I don't think I really want the Cloning of Shredders in here. And I think by playing the Cloning of Shredders, I was not maximizing some of the other cards we could play, because, like, I don't know, sort of having, like, 4 Ardens sounds really nice, but we could also just play, like, Zombifies, and those are fine in here, right? And truthfully, I think the deck also, on some level... Oh, that's a crazy-looking Zombify. I just want, like, the regular ones I can actually read. All right. It does also want some other amounts of removal, right? While we do have the 4... Bitter Triumphs and the 3 Maelstrom Pulses, I feel like against the faster creature decks, you're going to need just more removal, but we'll go with this for a minute and see how it works out, and we can come back and talk about some stuff. But yeah, let's play a couple more games, and then we'll close this out. Wow, definitely can't keep that. Not playing anything till turn 3 is pretty rough. This has a bit of intrigue in the hand, but I think we're just going to put Valgavoth back and see what happens with the rest of it. All right. What is this guy? I don't think I've ever even seen that pet on anybody's thing. That's crazy. I mean, kind of neat. Never seen it, though. All right. We're blue and what? Or are we just mono blue? We might be just mono blue. All right. Well, there you go. Gonna draw a card and get some more damage in? They are going to attempt to draw a card and get more damage in. How quaint. I will take 3 more. Sure. Alright. Play one of these knuckleheads tapped, and I will pass. Give us some options for the Bitter Bloom or Bitter Blossom if we need it. But I say Bitter Blossom. Bitter Bloom Bearer. But we're probably just going to end up... Oh, that's it? Everybody seems very enamored with that play. When sometimes you're better off just bouncing your opponent's thing and getting some damage in. But I see so many people, they're like, I'm going to replay this and get another body and blah, blah. And it's just like, okay, you did the things, I guess. Discard a card. And block with our 1/1. Yeah, seems great for us. I'm not going to complain. All right, and Arden in the yard. Love that. There's some red mana. I was wondering if they were mono blue. That changes things a little bit. So they're not going to have anything to get. It's just going to be get our Ardent to get a Brood Tender, I guess. But I assume they will try to kill a Brood Tender here, right? Because if not, this is kind of crazy. Because there's zero reason to let us untap with the Brood Tender if you don't have to. Alright, I'll take 3 block. Okay, well, I guess I'm taking 2 more damage, but, you know, cost of doing business, I suppose. Get another Brood Tender back that I could again sacrifice later, I suppose. Alright, go up to 14. And then we could sack our other Brood Ship, or new one, to get a Vaultborn Tyrant. Alright, Sleight of Hand. Somewhere along the way, you gotta kill the Ardent, though, right? Like, just seems kind of nuts not to. Or maybe they just don't have enough removal spells. Maybe they're just playing a bunch of draw effects and trying to win with prowess guys or something. I don't know. Crazier things have happened. Because if not, we're attacking with a bunch of lifelink stuff at some point. It's just not going to be good. Yep. Yeah, I wasn't even sure I was going to sacrifice the Seed Ship. The more I thought about it, it was like, well, I can just get Vaultborn Tyrant, get an additional 3 life and the card anyway, and then just see what we draw. But yeah, that was a weird scenario that they just... We didn't even see them cast a red spell, now that I'm thinking about it. It was just all blue stuff. Ooh, no black mana, darn. Oh, and we got mana with just all the monsters. Alright, I'm going to keep and hope to get lucky. But this is probably bad. Yeah, that's not going to help things. Darn it. Scheming Silver Tongue. I mean, I'll play a Molt Tender. Even though I really wanted to just get rid of their creature. We take 1. I'm assuming you're attacking and we take 1. Alright. Gonna pump it. So you can draw more cards. Which is kind of what I was afraid of, which is why I wanted to kill it. It seems like they're debating something. Could be another removal card or something, and they're deciding if that's just worth it or not. Okay. We're getting closer to this being a thing, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just pass. What do we got going on? Just gonna make a dude? Oh, there's Tiny Bones. That's annoying. Don't love that. Alright. We're gonna discard a card. Question is which one? Probably just Arden, right? And that way if I draw Zombify, I can get a Scheming Silver Tongue maybe and do something. Not likely, but, you know, maybe. We can have hopes and dreams around here. That card would have been okay, too. Mostly don't have to worry about any Tiny Bone shenanigans. This has to spend 5 to make a dude? Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Alright. Alright, making a fish. You got it. We can make a demon now. Let's do that. Removing a Bitter Triumph. All right, they don't have a requiting hex. Good to know. Doesn't mean we're going to keep our demon for the turn cycle, but, you know, just things to note. Things to be aware of. Okay, opponent's just taking damage and making fish, which is okay for us, I guess. Unlock this other room. Get a card. At this point, we're just looking for something that lets us reanimate a thing. Almost anything. Especially if they're playing sorcery speed removal. All the better. Oh, that sucks. Alright, oh, I lose a creature. Playing Summon Primal Odin. Alright, well, I guess it's good we have one of our Maelstrom Pulses in hand. I mean, alright, I guess we could just Maelstrom Pulse everything. That's a goal to aspire to, I suppose. Alright, down to 10. There's the Zombify. Ooh, we could Zombify their guy. That's fun. Rottenmouth Viper. Discard this dude. Wait, if I draw a land, though. Nah, we'll do this. Well, I did draw a land. That's amusing. So, even though we can reanimate something, I have to kind of gamble here, but I think it's just going to be Arden. And just hope they don't have the removal, right? Okay, they don't. So let's take their Summon Primal Odin. Get rid of that dude and attack. Alright, back to 15, down to 13. Oh no, not, because I have a demon. Never mind. Liliana. Ooh, watch this play. Opponent's going to minus Liliana. We're going to be like, ha, look at us. We have a Bitterbloom bear we want to get rid of. How you like me now? Here's the other thing. If we just keep Summon Primal Odin, we just win, right? We can't gamble on that, though. We're supposed to keep it, but I'm not going to. I think that's the right play, though. But they had another card that was playable. Okay, cool. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Good job. Was irrelevant. But that was a great top deck, all things considered. And then we go take out Liliana. Alright, so it all worked. We empty the opponent's hand. Why is my phone... What? Why is my phone talking? I don't even know if y'all heard that. That was crazy. I'm trying to draw cards or something here. I don't know what's going on. Alright, let's see what we can find. Surveil. Oh, you're great. Yeah, I have no problem with that. You are great. Let's go ahead and turn you into a body. Go attacking. Alright. Our land comes back. Enters tapped. We will draw a card, go to 13. Alright, we already knew what the top card was, so no surprise there. Alright, so what do you want from the opponent? A Rottenmouth Viper? Has to be a non-token creature, right? Yeah. Ooh, you're also good. Alright. Here comes Arden again. Yep, that's going to do it. I will admit, this is kind of a surprising one to win against Mono Black with all the removal they had. So, good win, honestly, but not what I was anticipating. But anyway, let's talk about this. I think even after the changes, there's some stuff I want to look at. Okay, so this is a little bit of a tough one to give a strong assessment on. Because, as it turns out, the Shredder, or whatever, turns out would have been actually pretty good in that last game where we ended up just having the Zombify, right? So against the control matchups, it would have been great so we can make more copies. But overall, I think the Zombify is just a better addition. I think we can just put stuff in the graveyard, get something back, especially in this deck where we're not trying to, but we're able to start chains of stuff with the Cauldron of Essence. So especially if we have, say, like something on 2 to put something in the graveyard, like a Seed Chip Broodmaster, Hunt Tender, right? And then we play Cauldron. It's like, okay, if we can Zombify, say, Vaultborn Tyrant, or Zombify an Ardent, or whatever, you just automatically start those things going, right? Even in the right scenario, maybe even a Witherbloom Bear, depending on what you're playing against. But it just makes it easier to kind of get the game under control and start doing stuff, other than having to wait for the 6 mana to the other thing. This also leaves you 3 Cauldron of Essence, 2 Zombify, and 4 Brood Tender that can all get stuff back from the graveyard. You know, for 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana. So we kind of have it in various ways. Arguable, you could get rid of a Brood Tender to play another Zombify, but I think you need to have enough things to fill the graveyard to make it worth it. Vaultborn Tyrant, I think totally worth the money in this deck. Vile Mutilator, it was great once or twice. It was mediocre a couple times. So maybe you swap this out for more Vaultborn Tyrants or something. I could see that being a thing. But yeah, I don't mind this. This was really heavy on Cauldron of Essence, and it worked out mostly the way we wanted to. So this was actually very cool. Are there other things you could play? Yeah, there's probably room to do a version where you play like Badger Mole Cub to make it easier to cast the big creatures. I think that's reasonable. There's probably just a bunch of things you can sacrifice and get value that you could play as well. I know there can be people saying like, why aren't we playing like Maseo, or why aren't we playing, I don't know, Delian Fell or whatever. The reality is there's just not a lot of spots. You know, what happens on every video is you have people saying, what about this card, or play this card? And some point it has to be, okay, cool, what do you replace? You know, because that's going to be the big discussion here is we need the Cauldron of Essences, right? We're using the Bitterbloom Bears to have stuff to sacrifice, but we still also need ways to fill the graveyard, or else Cauldron of Essence doesn't do anything, and neither does your other Reanimator cards. So that, and you need to have enough big things that you can get back from your Reanimator spells. So you're already really tight for space, right? Unless you start saying, well, maybe I'm going to play 1 less Mutilator and we'll just bank on the other cards being our thing. Because if you think about it, this deck only really has 9 really big creatures we're getting back. In some cases, we're getting back Brood Tender to try to fill the graveyard to get something else or whatever. Or just making a demon, right? So we're not all in on the Reanimator plan, but we're close. You know, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of ways you could build this. Let everybody figure that out and have some fun with it. But this version will be up over on Moxfield if you want to download it, like always, where we keep all of our other decks. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.